Like I do. Hello and welcome, everybody. This is Mike Locascio, and we're here to talk about computers. And thanks for joining me. New here, welcome. If you've been on my channel before, great to have you. As always, I bring people the best computer tips and ways to repair your computer, maintain your computer, and also be safe online. And computer safety is definitely a big thing these days. A lot of people don't think about it, but you have to have your computer safe. But without waiting, let's get right into it. Lately, I've been talking a lot about how you have to make sure your computer's safe. What I mean by safe is one thing is safe online. The other thing is safe in general from catching on fire, from overheating, and not performing right. There's two real enemies with a computer, and along with a lot of other electronics too. And that is water or any liquid that gets on your computer. It can damage your computer. So keep any liquids a good distance away from your laptop, keyboard, or your desktop computer. It's a lot easier for coffee or soda or something to spill on a laptop than it is a desktop. And heat. Now, heat will affect your desktop and your laptop computer, because your computer gets hot. As you're using your computer, feel your laptop after like a half an hour or 45 minutes. Is it getting hot? Is your desktop computer getting hot? If you open the side, you could probably feel a lot of heat in there. What I like to do is I want to tell people and teach everybody computer safety and to clean your computer. You know, if you have your computer, like let's say you have a desktop, okay, and it's underneath your desk in the corner, and that's where it is, and your keyboard's on your desk, you got your mouse and your screen and all that good stuff. You know, unless you're checking your desktop computer every couple of weeks, that's not a good place to have it. You need it to be in a good ventilated area. It should be actually sitting on a piece of wood to stand it off of the ground or off of the carpet. You want air to circulate underneath the laptop, underneath the desktop, and it will be cooler like that. Not only will it be cooler, it will accumulate less dust than if it's sitting right on a rug or sitting right on the floor. So prop it up. You can get two little small sticks, you know, pieces of wood, and just sit your desktop on top of that if you're going to have it on the floor. If you're going to have it on the desk, that's fine. But most people keep towers on the floor, and you still want to keep it ventilated. If you're a smoker, Try not to smoke around your computer that much because a lot of that smoke will go inside and it will make a lot of dust. Your computer will get really dusty fast if you smoke around your computer. And what happens is that dust creates all around your fans and it doesn't cool the computer that good. You start getting hello, entertain. Good to see you, bro. Yeah, click on the like button. Appreciate it. Welcome to the live stream. I'm trying to do the live streams now, like around 9:30 weekdays. Sometimes when I have time, I'll come in on the morning and I'll do a quick live stream. But I've been getting a lot of good comments from people wanting to see my live streams, and I guess because of all the different time zones, people aren't always can catch you at the right time. So I'm coming on in the morning. I'm trying to come on in a little bit in the afternoon and in the evening. Hopefully everybody will be able to join the live stream. Yeah, it's hard to get the right time. Oh, that's a big thing. You're right. It is hard because, a lot of people, are in different countries and stuff and that kind of thing. So it's kind of hard. It's like when we're sleeping, in the Philippines, it's daytime and everybody's on the live streams over there, So it's really hard. Where are you from, entertainment? Are you from USA or one of those, or in a different country? The PH, I love the PH. I hope to go. The PH. Oh, okay. New York State. Okay, yeah, I'm originally from New York. I'm from New York State also. That's where I'm from. I was born and raised in New York, and I lived there for a long time. I'm from New York also. I live in Florida now, but I am from New York originally. Oh, the Finger Lakes. No, that's a little bit far. That's way upstate New York. I am from like Westchester County, down by like White Plains, so it's several hours, you know, closer to this, closer to New York City, but in the suburbs. I'm familiar with Lake George. I've been up that way. I've been to the Catskill Mountains and stuff. But yeah, I've heard of the Finger Lakes. I've never been there, though, I don't believe. But, I'm glad to have you. I love all my people, everybody that checks out my videos. I really appreciate the feedback. I get a lot of good feedback, and I always tell people, check out my videos, check out my playlist. You can learn a lot if you're new with computers and you don't really have that much knowledge with computers. I tell people, a lot of people do check out my playlists, but new people, I tell them too. There's a video for everything. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks a lot, entertainment. So yeah, basically, like as far as computer repair, I always tell people, very, be very careful. Like if you're, if you're buying something, or a lot of times you get these phony emails and stuff, and I want to educate people on that more. You get these emails and people are saying, "Oh, this is PayPal, and we forgot you." Yeah, exactly. Spam mails. Yeah, and then they say, "Oh, we forgot. We need you to give us your password again or your information." For some reason or whatever, and or even eBay or Amazon, you can get. I've seen things like that too. Or you're on the internet and you get a message saying, click here, you found 475 problems with your computer. Click here, and then, we're going to fix everything. And then if you click on it, you end up getting all kinds of stuff. Oh, exactly. Yeah, and the reason why they do it is, believe it or not, a lot of it works, and a lot of seniors fall for it, and new people fall for it. Because some of my customers have gotten, that message, clicked on something, said, oh, they're going to fix everything, all the problems, and then they tell you, send $45, and then, we'll fix it for you. And I've actually had people, send money and stuff, and it's pretty messed up. People will take advantage of senior citizens and, people that just don't know. That's why when you go to eBay or you call eBay or you call PayPal, they always tell you, we never ask you for your password or your personal information in any email. So I want everybody just to remember that. If you're viewing my stream, remember that. Hi, Angela Critters. I think it's the first time I've seen you here. Welcome. If you're new here, definitely check out my channel. Oh yeah, the calls from the India and all that. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I remember getting those years ago, and it's funny. You call, you have HP computer, you have a Dell computer, and you're trying to get some help online, and there's a number there, and it's I don't know, somebody in India or Pakistan or Cambodia answers, and it has nothing to do with Dell. It's just, they have their phone number there, and then they tell you got to pay like $200-300 for them to look at your computer and all this other stuff. And oh, that's good. Yeah, you got to check each other out. Definitely, definitely, Angela. Where are you from, Angela? I'm down here in Florida. I am from New York, but now I'm in Florida. Oh, North Carolina. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, so you're not too far from me, maybe a couple hours. Well, I'm glad you came to my channel. If you want any good computer tips that you can apply yourself, if you want to learn computer safety, if you want to speed up your computer, definitely in the right place. Definitely hit the like button. I appreciate that. Check out some of my videos and my playlist, and welcome to the family. Because on my channel, you get the real easy type of tips, that you really want. I stop by your channel and check out your tips. Oh, okay, great. Yeah, that's excellent. Appreciate that. So, yeah, you know, you get I always tell people that when you tune in, you're going to get the real answers. Not the very not the technology answer. You're going to get the real answer, because the one that has the word that most people don't understand is the one that usually confuses people. My first time here for live. Oh, okay, Hot Rod. Sounds great. Welcome. Glad you're here. Glad you're part of um, my community. And yeah, I took computer electronics and technology. The super scam school told me it was sad. Oh, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I went to computer school. Actually, I had my business, computer repair business already for maybe about 2, 3 years, and then I went to computer school. And most of the stuff that they taught me in computer school, I mean, I already knew it. It's, I think what it did was it gave me the confidence to go out, on my own more and get a lot of deal with businesses and more people. But I had a really good teacher. I think the teacher I had like, like 20 or 30 certifications. He was really into getting all these certifications. Oh yeah, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, you rub. Usually, it's a good thing to rub your hand on the case or something. And that's the thing. When I first learned how to work on computers, I talked to people that were helping people fix their computers in like AOL chat rooms and really good knowledgeable people, and they really taught me good. Taught me a lot of stuff, and that's why you bring up a good point. There's nothing like doing it, and that's the best way to learn. Find out what works, find out what doesn't work, hands on. You know, and that's a good way to learn stuff. Um, Unfortunately, when it comes to the average person, they're not going to fiddle around. The first thing they do is they call somebody like me up and, hey, my computer's not working, da da da, and then I'll check it out. Oh, exactly. Yeah, I agree 100%. And I had a really good teacher. He was really, I mean, you could tell that he really wanted to help people, and he was an excellent. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, I think so. Hey, Studio Geek, how's it going? Welcome. If you're first time here, check out my channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out some of my people here. That's good. And yeah, we have some good channels in here. Check everybody out. And great that you're here. Um, what part of the world are you from, Studio? I'm in Florida. We have North Carolina. We have upstate New York by the Finger Lakes. Oh, hi, Critical Thinker. Great to see you. Welcome to the live stream. Oh, okay. We got New Jersey. We got New York. I'm from New York, so I know some in New Jersey. That's great. Oh, San Diego. Okay, excellent. So we got the East Coast, so we got the West Coast. Yeah, I like to help people with their computers. Okay, thanks a lot for coming by. Entertainment here. Appreciate it. See you next time. Great that you come by and talk for a while. I like to help new people that, don't have a lot of computer knowledge to work on their computer, to get it running. I'm doing pretty good over here. Really can't complain much. I just started my live stream every night at 9:30. That's when I'm usually come on, and you're always welcome to check it out. And I always give a lot of tips about how to maintain your computer, how to repair your computer, and any Q&A questions people have. If I can help, I'm always glad to help. Sure, anytime. My most of the people that watch me are people that are new with computers or people that have a computer. Um, they know how to do the basics, but they don't know too much after that. And I know what that's like because I was like that about 20 something years ago. And I wanted to learn how to, maintain my computer, make it run faster, and solve problems that I had. Um, so if you check out my videos, you'll see that the tips that I give and the easy to follow step by step things will speed up your computer, it will clean out junk that you have on there, and also it will make your computer safer. Hey, Spencer, Entertainment TV, how's it going? Yeah, safety's a big thing. Safety, when I think about computer safety, I think about two things. I think about, your computer being safe. Oh, not too bad here. Not too bad. I think about the computer being safe, like, it's, hey, Flash, great to see you. Flash in your pan. Yeah, definitely a cool guy. Glad you're here, my friend. And then I also think about safety as in when you're online, are you protected? Like with the antivirus and the programs, are you open to like, your password's weak? Can people break in your computer? Can people, um, you know, like you have a lot of temporary files on your computer at all times, and companies are tracking your history, and your companies are tracking your activity. Like if you're, go shopping online, or if you do banking online, anything you do online, companies put these temporary files on your computer without you knowing, and it lets them know what type of shopping things that you like to buy, and helps you get to their website easier. And it's helpful in one way, and in one way it's not helpful because you don't want people to have your personal information. Just like if you decide to start looking for golf clubs online and you go to 5 or 6 different golf club websites, um, it won't be too long before you start seeing golf club emails. So yeah, it's a definite big problem. But the thing is, it starts way before you're on the internet. Um, I can tell you that when you buy a computer, that's really when it starts. A lot of stuff is already on there. Um, like, did you ever ask for, Norton antivirus? Did you ever ask for McAfee antivirus? You don't have to, because when you buy a computer, they have trial versions on there because they want you to be their customer. Um, and usually, my customers, that's the first one of the first things I do is I take their antivirus off and I put a free version on, because first of all, it's free and it's just as good or maybe even better. And computers come right from the store with an antivirus on there, a trial version of Office, Microsoft Office. And I'm not downing Microsoft Office; it's a very good program, but not everybody can afford it. It's a few $100s for the program. You can go to Open Office and you can get a free version type, Office spreadsheet and all that. It's very similar to Office. So there's free alternatives. It might not be the same, but you can still do the same type of things by getting a free version of like openoffice.com or Apache. That's another free productive software. So, and not only, and that's just the beginning. And, if you looked into bought a brand new computer, and you go into your C drive, which is your hard drive, and you you go into uninstall programs and you look down your list from top to bottom. You have greetings from HP. You have purchase your ink from HP, and they'll remind you like every day um, where you need to buy your ink, and you'll get that all the time, and then you'll get all this other stuff on there that you don't want or need, and basically all it does is slow down your computer and stuff like that. So that's really where it starts from when you buy the computer because that's a lot of that's on there already. It's called bloatware, and it really just bloats up your computer from day one. So you have to start getting some of that stuff off, and then controlling the history and the temps and all that other stuff, and keeping the programs from running in the background, and just doing the regular maintenance, what my videos talk about. And then, your computer's in a lot better shape once you get rid of things that you don't need. And a lot of these computers you buy off the shelf, they come with all these toolbars, and the toolbars are annoying. And all they do is slow your computer down also. And, it just goes on and on. So, yeah, I appreciate that. So, from, like I said, from the start, you really have to work on getting that stuff off. And it's not very hard. I mean, if you are on a Windows 10 computer, basically all you have to do is type in the search box on the bottom. You can write control panel in there and then hit enter on your keyboard, and then it'll take you to the control panel. And then you just click where it says add remove programs or programs and features. And then once you do that, you can look inside, and all the programs that are listed are all the programs that are on your computer. And you could just start from the top and just go one by one and say to yourself, do I need this? Is this something I really need? Or there's a game that you don't like, or you don't play anymore, and you've had your computer for, let's say, a year or so. You can always highlight that game or that toolbar or that program that you don't use, or something that was downloaded by accident. Because most people don't realize that when you're downloading something, even from a reputable site, there are check other boxes that aren't always visible to you, but a lot of times when you download something, you're actually downloading a few other things. And without your knowledge, you're agreeing to it. Unless you read the terms and condition, you're agreeing to all these other things being downloaded too. And a lot of times that's spyware, and that's going to be bad for your computer. So you need to be more cautious when you download something. Make sure all you're downloading is what you want. What I tell people is the best thing to do is just go to a website called Ninite. It's spelled NINITE.com. And when you want to, there's a lot of programs on there, and all kinds of different programs on there without the third-party software and viruses and all that. And it's very safe to download from there. And you can download 5 or 6 different things at once, one after another. It'll install on your computer without all that other junk, or wondering, is the website that you're on when you download something, is that safe? A lot of times you'll do a search for something, and you might see 5 or 10 different websites, and you have to ask yourself, is it safe for me to download there? Well, I take a lot of the problems out of that. You just go to Ninite and check the box on the programs that you want, and then you click download, and it'll download everything to your computer. So it'll make things a lot easier, and you don't have to search all over the internet for all these different programs. There's about 50 programs, popular programs on Ninite, and once you start using it, you'll end up loving it because you'll know where you can get free programs, and you can download them there. Also, another favorite website of mine is download.com, if you go to download.com, they have a lot of free software there that you can download too. A lot of free programs, really popular, like C Cleaner, Avast Antivirus. You can get that there, free version. That's totally free, and you get all the updates. You don't ever have to pay for an antivirus again, and it's very good. It's rated very good. As long as you stay on the free version, you can pay for a paid version. The only difference is you'll get real time scanning and basically somebody to call if you have problems. But you never really have problems with Avast antivirus, and it works really good. I've been using it for a long time, and I put it on all my customers' computers, and it usually works good for them. Do you think the same goes? Well, Apple is a little bit different. Apple's not really like a computer. Um, Apple's proprietary, so you're not going. You will accumulate if you're using Windows. Um, in the internet, you're going to accumulate temp files and things like that. But the operating system for Apple, which is Mac, same thing, is different than the operating system for Windows. So it's really totally different. If you want to know about Macs, you have to go to, you know, some tutorials about how to clean your Mac. I do have one video on how to maintain your Mac. It's totally different than Windows. Um, you don't get as much stuff like you get on a regular computer on an Apple as far as when you purchase it because Apple is just Apple. You're going to get all the stuff from Apple on your computer. When you have a regular computer, every part in that computer is from a different company. Your sound card is from one company, your video card is from another, your motherboard is going to be from another company most likely. So that's a different story. Mac and PC, really two totally different types of computers. So yeah, you'd have to look into help for a Mac. But yeah, I mean, you do get viruses on Macs just like you do on a computer. Oh yeah, I mean, with Apple and Mac, you're going to pay double what you'd pay for a PC, and that's true. You have to go through Apple Care. The batteries are soldered in those machines where you can't change your own battery. Like a computer, you can take out the battery and replace it. On a Mac, you can't do that because the batteries are soldered in. You have to take it to Apple to have them do it, and they'll charge you a fortune to do all that. Personally, I don't care much for Apple. I don't, I don't use them. I have fixed a few in my time, but I don't like Apple, and I try to stay away from them. But Acer Chromebook came out with the same idea, and they tried to actually proprietary, do what Apple did with their Chromebook, make it so you have to just do everything through Google, you know, and it's very limited. That's why I always tell people, if you buy a Chromebook, you're going to be very limited on what you could do because you can only use certain programs on a Chromebook. I used to buy a lot of computers, and everybody always wanted to get rid of their Chromebook because you can only do so much. And Apple is a different type of computer where, it's totally different than a PC, like I said, but also every part in that computer is from Apple. They don't use anybody else's components. Everything is theirs. So you have to deal with them, or you have to deal with an Apple certified technician. And I could tell you the prices that they charge are twice what a computer tech would charge because they know you don't know what to do, and you're stuck really. So that's the story with Apple. But yeah, they do get viruses like computers do, and they do get spyware and a lot of junk on there too. There's a whole different way of cleaning an Apple than it is from cleaning a regular Windows-based computer. So there's really nothing in common out of the two. Because a MacBook Pro is usually costs around $2,000, and you can probably buy the best laptop, Windows laptop, for about $950. Best at possible, computer, and it'll be twice as good as any Mac. But what happens is people, get brainwashed and they believe, oh, Apple, oh, that's the best. So they just think that, oh, yeah, I got to, spend all this money on it. And then when they get it, they realize that, when it's running, yeah, it's running okay, but you're very, you're married to Apple because there's only people that you can deal with is them, and their prices are crazy. I just sold my got a Mac. I do not use it. I do like that. Yeah, I mean, I know people that have Macs. Not very many. A few people, but when I was doing computer repair back up north, I would refer. People would call me about working on their Mac, and I knew a guy that fixed Mac, so I would just refer them to him, and he just dealt with Macs, so that was great. And he sent me his computer customers, so it worked out pretty good. But yeah, it's overall a totally different machine. Works different, and it's a totally different operating system. And I mean, you could run Windows on a Mac. Don't get me wrong, but it's still a Mac. And it's you're really you're really tied into Apple because you have to deal with them on everything. So I never really got into that, and I watched a few videos on how to repair them, and I know the basics, but it's just really so much different than you would expect to work on them. It's kind of like a phone, your iPhone. That's really what like the MacBook is. It's like a big iPhone. Everything is, like your cell phone, but it's big. That's kind of a good way to describe it because, it's kind of like that. But getting on with we're talking about, I I did a video not too long ago about people that want to keep their computer for a while, and maybe an older computer, you might want to consider adding more memory to it because a memory upgrade would make it run better. So if you have a computer that is like a Windows 10 or a Windows 7 even, and you want to hold on to it, you may want to consider adding more memory to it, and then if you do that, go over to like crucial.com or call them on the phone and find out what's available, and they'll help you out. I don't get paid for recommending any companies, but I just know from experience. I've been dealing with them for years, and they always had the best memory and the best. If you ever have any problems, they stand behind their product. So I've gotten a lot of my memory from them over the years. And I mean, there's other places to buy memory, but I prefer and recommend Crucial. They're the memory experts, and they have memory for every computer you can possibly think of. You know, going back to even Windows 95. You can probably some games will only run on like 95 and 98. And believe it or not, some people still have Windows 95 and 98 and XP. Maybe not on the internet, but they use that for playing certain games that they like. So you can get all kinds of different memory. They do carry all kind, even for Macs, and you can get all kinds of stuff from them. And I'm not affiliated. I do get discounts because I get tech discounts because I buy a lot of memory, but I don't get paid for mentioning them or anything. I just do it because, I know it's a good product. And also, if you're going to hold onto your computer, you may want to consider adding a better hard drive. You may want to go to like an SSD hard drive, which is much faster. A regular computer has a SATA hard drive, and it either runs on 5400 RPM speed or 7200 RPM. And if you buy a SATA hard drive, an SSD hard drive now, the prices have gone down significantly, and you could probably get a good deal on one. And they run around 1500 RPM, so they're much faster than a regular hard drive. One reason is because it's flash memory. There's no moving parts in a SSD hard drive. That's the new technology. So if you're thinking on getting a faster and more memory and a faster hard drive, that's what you need. You'd want to look into an SSD hard drive. Then you got to put Windows on it again, and you got to go to like 9.8 and put all your programs on it. And then there's another option would be if it's cost effective, to change your video card, or maybe if you can upgrade your video card, great. It really depends on the motherboard, how much you can upgrade your video card. If the system's not that old, then you may be able to put a better video card in. Like a couple gigs where you could do some, run some games or something like that. Or, I always tell people you have to weigh the options. People ask me, should I upgrade my computer or should I buy a new one? And I always tell them, it really depends on, what your needs are. What do you want to use it for? Does your computer do everything you want it to do? And also you have to consider how much is it going to cost me to upgrade my computer versus how much would it cost to just buy another computer with all those components in it. So you have to look at it, that way, because I always get people asking me all the time, what computer should I buy, or, should I put money into the one I have? If it's a decent system and you like it and it has the potential to add on things, you may want to do one or two upgrades, like maybe memory and maybe a hard drive. If you like it and it's going to last a while and it's a decent speed, I would say it had to be like an Intel i5 or something in order to do that, or a decent AMD processor computer to do that. Because you have to look at the prices of the other, versus the new one, and see what's available and how much they cost. And computer prices vary, they really vary. It usually goes by like components. What are you going to get? I have customers that they go out and they buy like a $500 laptop, and it'll be decent. It'll be like a 15.6 green. It'll have a quad core processor, which is a fast CPU, and it'll have SSD hard drive. And then I always tell people what to look for, and if they can find all that, great. One thing I always recommend is make sure you try to get something with, if it's a laptop with good battery life, because that's real important if you're traveling, if you're in a business, or if you're on the road a lot. You want would need something that the battery's going to stay, because laptops vary in battery life. You can buy a laptop that the battery is a couple hours. It will hold all the way up to the high end laptops where some of the batteries last 9 to 12 hours. So you got to take that in consideration. And I always tell people, when you buy a computer, try not to buy a computer where it is a return policy where you have to pay, like restocking fee. I don't want to mention the names, but some of these stores, if you have a problem or if you don't want the computer within a certain amount of days, they'll charge you good money to take it back. They're not just going to take it back, they're going to charge you restocking. So, consider that when you go into looking for a computer. And also, just don't get yourself mixed up with like a Celeron processor. Some stores will try to sell you a low-end computer and pass it off for a good computer, and it'll have a Celeron processor. And a Celeron processor is really the cheapest processor you can buy, which is very low end, and it doesn't really perform that good. So that's why the price is cheap. So you either want a dual core, quad core, or you want like an i3, i5, i7, or an i9. It really also depends on your budget too. But don't ever buy any computer that has a Celeron processor. That's Intel's cheapest processor, and it doesn't perform very good. It's like having a 5200 RPM SATA hard drive versus a 7200 SATA hard drive. You'll notice the difference. The 5200 hard drive is going to move slower, and you're going to move your files around slower. And it's a very slow hard drive. So that's why most people get a computer with a 7200 RPM hard drive. It's a faster hard drive. And now with SSDs, I mean, a lot of people go into that. I mean, if you're a gamer, gamers really need to have SSD hard drive. That's really where it's at. If you're doing games and big applications, you definitely need an SSD hard drive. So I made a little list, and I tell people what to look for if you're looking for a new computer. Try to get a quad core processor, whether it's Intel or AMD. Try to get a good graphics card, 2 gigs or more. SSD hard drive. I'd say 250 is the minimum. Make sure you try to get something 500 gigs or even bigger if possible, and make sure you get something with at least 6 gigs of memory or more, because you need that memory to speed things up. And the battery life is important. I always look into that. Even if it's like 4 hours, I think that's pretty good. You don't have to have a battery that lasts 12 hours. What I tell people is, charge up your laptop. Once it's charged, unplug the battery and use it until the battery goes down, and plug it back in. So you can do that. But people that are, truckers or people that travel for business, they may need a battery that lasts longer. So, there's some things to consider if you're planning on buying a new computer. And another thing I want to talk about is just computers in general, old computer that you're using. Most people are on a computer that's a few years old. And when you're on a computer that's a couple of years old, I always tell people to make sure you get all the Windows updates. Go down, if it's on Windows 10, go down to the search bar on the bottom, type in Windows Updates, hit enter, go to Windows Updates, set it to automatic, and then click download the updates. Make sure you get all the updates. Microsoft comes out with updates, and every time there's an update, you'll be notified about it. And those updates are good to have. They help you protect you from certain viruses, certain problems in Windows. And there's patches that come with it, and the patches are files that you need to, make your Windows better. So make sure you do that. And another thing I always stress is do backups. If you have anything important on your computer, whether it be videos, games, pictures of your family or children or whatever, make sure you back these things up. Don't keep all these things on your computer. Um, and if something goes wrong with your computer, not all the time are you going to be able to recover all the data. You have to have a backup plan. Everybody that has a computer that puts anything important on there, whether it be videos, pictures, or anything like that, important documents. Get yourself invest in an external hard drive. The prices are a lot cheaper now. You can probably get one for like $50. Buy those USB pen drives, thumb drives that you put in the USB, and save your important information to that. Transfer your files to that, and then keep that separate. So if your computer does crash, you'll have those files and you won't lose anything. And I tell people that if you do backups, it's optional. You can keep the files on your computer that are still there, or you can delete them off and just use it from your backup. Because you want to keep that backup safe and offline. And if you're a business, you definitely need backups. I mean, you'd be surprised some of the big businesses that I've gone to. They just don't back up properly. And I do data recovery for companies, and I can tell you that I tell companies all the time. You got to do backups. You can back things up to the cloud. There's companies for a very low price, like Carbonite, and there's several other companies that will back your stuff up online. They'll do backups weekly, daily, or however you want it, and your data is going to be safe. Your company, a lot of companies can go out of business if they lose their important information. And I've worked with, $1 million companies that the only backup they had is like on a pen drive. And I just can't believe that you invest so much, you have all this important information and you're just leaving it up to the winds. So get a backup, if you're a home business, and you have important things, files and things like that on your computer, do taxes, legal forms, back it up offline. Make sure you have a copy of it safe offline. I've had customers come to me, unfortunately, like, in dire needs. You have to get my computer fixed. My whole life's on there, and they never even backed anything up. And thank God, most of I've been successful at recovering people's data, and that really helped them out. And I've also had customers where, unfortunately, their children had passed away, and the only pictures they have is on the computer, and I've been able to rescue them too. But what happens if the hard drive is damaged and you're not able to rescue that? You see what I'm saying? Because there are times when your hard drive might crash, and you have to go to a big company to have that done, and the prices start at like 450 on up, and it depends on how much stuff you have on there. The price just keeps going up, so it's a lot more cost effective to get your Windows updates and have a backup plan for your computer. If you keep anything important on there. I know a lot of people tell me, oh, I don't keep anything important, and that's great. But there's a lot of people that do, and they can't lose those things. So, yeah, you have to get a backup. And definitely, either it's once a week, once a month, every day. Come up with a little plan. Okay, at the end of the day, I have a business, so I need to save all my important stuff on there, and it's real important, or whatever it is. You would be surprised. You'd think that these big companies are, well aware of it, but I guess that's why there's so many of these big data recovery companies because, most companies just don't seem like they're backing up their information, and your hard drive can crash at any time. Your hard drive on your computer is only um, considered to work for like 18 to 24 months. I mean, if you talk to the manufacturer of like Seagate or Western Digital, or read some of the information on your hard drive, they, it's not like they sell your hard drive and say, hey, this is going to be, I guarantee it'll work for 5 years. That's not how it is. I've seen hard drives go bad in a month. I've seen, after a couple of years, I mean, brand new hard drives out of the box, or I've seen where they're bad. So, don't leave your important information, to a little box in your computer, and just by hoping that it's always going to work. And I can tell you, I've seen hundreds of computers, and sometimes you just can't get to those information. You either got to do without it, or you have to pay a real lot of money. So it's a lot cheaper just to get yourself, external hard drive, boom, plug it in, save what you want. If your computer crashed, even if it was plugged in, it wouldn't even damage your files. So you can keep it plugged in, and it's not going to damage your files. You see, but it's going to be a lot safer than it would be if it was on your primary computer. So backup plan is good. And like I said, you can use also the cloud. The cloud is free. You can put so much data up on the cloud, and there's several options. Several options. You just have to decide what's better for you. Carbonite. There's several companies. Like I said, they'll do it for you for a reasonable price. That's really, really an important thing. I talk to people with small businesses all the time, people with, really sensitive data that they need in order to run their business, and even special software sometimes people will have on their computer. And you really got to do that. Hey, Tammy, how's it going? Great to see you. I'm glad you're here on my live stream. Hey, anybody that's new here, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell and visit each other, and check out each other's videos. Hey, Tammy. And, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, definitely subscribe and check out some of my videos. You'll get a lot of good tips. I offer all kinds I have over 150 videos so far on all kinds of things. Oh, great. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, Tammy. And, I appreciate all the people that are in my family, and a lot of great people. I just passed my 1K mark, and, I'm really happy, and I'm getting so much positive feedback. Good evening. It's my dinner time. We'll kiss the rest tonight. Oh, sure. You have a great dinner, and thanks for coming by. And yeah, check it out later. I have a lot of loyal people, people that stay with you, and that's the kind of people you really want. And it's great when people send me feedback and tell me, hey, my computer wasn't working. I did your tip on this, and now it's working. Or my computer was really slow, and I checked out such and such video, and now it's really a lot faster, and I can maintain it, and I get a lot of pleasure out of that. So yeah, all the tips that I give on my channel, I charge my customers for, and and I even tell my customers, watch my YouTube videos. They're free. I mean, you can get all the computer tips you want in one place. If you're struggling with something, your computer's not working right, watch a couple of my videos, and I get people sending me all kinds of good feedback. Therefore, your laws, it is important. Oh, definitely, 100%. Definitely, Tammy. That's just how it is. And if anybody needs help, growing your channel, I'll be glad to shout you out. Or support you in any way. I stick with the people that stick with me and support the people that support me. And, people that when I started, they still ask me questions about their computer and I still answer them, And that's just how it is. If you have a question, a comment, or if you want me to make a video on a certain topic that you want to know about your computer or something that's not working on your computer, I'll do it. Oh, thank you very much, Tammy. Yeah, I got my 1K, and happy about that. And appreciate that. Yeah, I was real happy. I worked really hard, and oh, thanks a lot. It's nice of you to say that. And I might not be the smartest person in the world, but when you want to grow your channel, you got to do it. You got to put in the work. That's what I tell people. If you put in the work, good things will happen. You support each other. You're there for each other, and that's how it is. I see there's a lot of good people out there, and people have some great content on their videos. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Yeah, you got to check out these different channels like Tammy and everybody, And these are the type of people that you want to support, because I support you. So, if you don't have Tammy, make sure you get Tammy. Check out the channel and watch a video and make sure you leave a good comment so everything sticks, and then you're part of the family. So everybody in here, just go to her channel and show some support. I'm gonna have me another hot tea later on, but right now I'm just cooling out. Oh, I have a intro that I want to play for everybody. It's kind of neat. Somebody made this for me. I thought I'd share it. Hope everybody can see it. There is no sound, but it's kind of cool. And I'm going to put that in some of my videos. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, somebody made that for me. One of this guy that has a channel, and one of my first people. And I asked a couple people if they would make me an intro, and I got 2 or 3 of them. They're really nice. So I'm glad for that. Yeah, everybody, check out Tammy's channel. Yeah, YouTube or somebody that's on my list. They had a really nice intro. I said, I don't know how to make one, but can you make me one? And they said, yeah, and they hooked me up and sent it to me an email. and it works real good. So I got a couple cool intros, which is nice. I don't know if you saw this one, but this is another one somebody made me. It's kind of cool. Well, actually, I made this one myself. And then somebody else made me, where is it? Oh, this one here. That's a kind of cool one. I like this one a lot. Yeah, that's a pretty cool one. I like that one. That's neat. I'm gonna put some of those in my videos. Pretty neat. Hey, I like those intros. Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, a couple people on YouTube made this for me. Pretty neat. And somebody made this for me too. Oh, I made this at the ocean. That's the beach over here where I live. I live in Florida, and we have some nice beaches. And that's the beach next to that we have in our town. It's pretty cool. Oh, thanks. Yeah, the ocean one. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I got a couple of them on here. Pretty nice. Yeah, I got a bunch of little things like that. So, yeah, they're really cool to have. Hey, you could use those intros for your videos and your streams. Yeah, yeah, I want to do that. I'm starting to learn how to use the shortcut program. I'm gonna put those in there. Usually I start the intro on my streams. Now I'm starting it with that red one you saw. I've been putting that on there. I put it on there tonight for the first time before you came in. So came on. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then I have another one with these big birds that come in my yard, and they're really giant birds, and they're eating the bird food. I'm going to put that on there too. Yeah, as soon as you come to my live stream, this live stream that we're on, it starts out with that red one, which is really cool. I also made this, which is kind of nice. I made this. I'm gonna put this in some of my videos too. Just pop up, here and there. And also, I got little thumbnails like spyware remover. And then I got this guy here. He's fixing computers. That's kind of cool. That little guy there. Computer tips. Spyware removal. Computer tips. Subscribe. I got that. And that intro. And then the ocean. That one. The ocean again. Yeah, I got whole bunch of things on here. Pretty cool. You know, people have been helping me out, so. And then this one that you saw, it's really kind of cool. The fireworks at the end, sun, and then the fireworks. That's a real good one. Yeah, they're nice. Yeah, I'm gonna put some of those in my videos, but I've been doing the intro on the. Yeah, I think that one is. And I like this one too. This program I'm always telling people to get. You know, it's a free program. You know, download this program. Anybody watching this video right now, type in malware bytes, free version for Windows 10, and download it, install it, run it, and it will find a lot of junk on your computer. Then once it finishes scanning, on the bottom, it'll prompt you to remove everything and just remove everything. This is an excellent program. This has got to be the best program that come out to clean your Windows 10 or your Windows 7. Spyware and all that. So definitely have to get that. Yeah, I have some more stuff on here. Oh, Natural Queen sent me a thank you. I commented on her videos. God, I got so many. Oh, this one too. So that one was. It does a lot. It doesn't do everything, but it will do a lot of stuff. You know, that one will go through your hard drive, and it will find any kind of bad files, any kind of like viruses, anything somebody's trying to send you, that's on there. And it will, if your computer's not that fast and it used to be fast, once you scan with that and remove it, it's going to be fast again because it's going to get rid of all that junk. It's not the only thing you need, but it takes a lot of stuff off. And then I got this one here. That's one of my pictures that I had on my computer. Well, I got that one. I don't know if you can see that one or not. But I got that one, and then if I come down here, I got there's another good program. It's called Sea Cleaner that you can get, and it's right here. You click on this, and then what you do is you click Run Cleaner. And this is another free program you ought to get, and then it'll run it. It'll clean your a lot of temporary junk. So you definitely want to get that. And yeah, I got my little computer guy here up on top. I can make him full screen. That computer guy is all wrapped up and stuff, and. Then I got the hard drive. This is what a hard drive looks like if nobody knows. All your information's on it. That's what's inside your computer. But it's covered so you don't see it. That's a hard drive. That's a subscribe. Subscribe to my channel or everybody else's channel. And then that's Pix Gaming Computer. That's the ocean behind me. And you can, that's a video I made. And also, this here is nice too, to remove viruses and spyware and malware. That cleans all that stuff off your computer. And yeah, I got a bunch of pictures. This is one of my favorite ones too. This here, we remove virus, spyware, malware, and Trojans from your computer. So, yeah, you'll see some of those in upcoming videos, or I just show them here, you know. But I have a whole bunch of pictures on my computer of a lot of things like that, you know, which are kind of neat. And I'm going to put some of them in my videos. once I learn how to use that program. Editing program. Okay, you take care. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Yep, I'm the same way. I got to get up too. I'm going to be getting off here in a few minutes. Oh, thank you very much for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. And thanks for everybody that's here watching my live stream and all the people that are going to be watching my replay. This is Mike at MSL Computers. I help people maintain their computer and repair their computer. And I help you be safe on the internet. And I give you all the best information out there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again later.